So let's see if the streaming starts and works, and then there we go. I'm streaming already, but it's not the Twitch at the moment. It's not on there. Don't know what. It should be there. Let's reload the page. Let's say something offline. Here it is as a finished video. What happened here? To this one. Let's see. Maybe this one. I hope this is live now. Let's say, I hope this is oh, here we go. Live now. Perfect. So we gotta start now. Hi everybody. Today we talk about light. I hope this is oh, here we go. We have to live now. Turn off this. So, we talk about light and how to use it in DAZ Studio. I have version DAZ Studio 4.9, and let's get rid of this a second. Yeah, there we go. And then we can get started. I have version 4.9, as you can see here, 4.93, 166. And sorry, we talk about light today, IRAY and IRAY, and how you use it. I found out in some forums and on Facebook and everywhere that a lot of people seem to struggle with IRAY somehow, and maybe I can clear it up a little bit. Let's get started. For the beginning, later we will do a whole scene, but for the beginning we start with a normal sphere and the light from, oh, here's the sun from the hardware environment. That's the standard one in that studio. So you can see the shadows here on the opposite side of the light. That is what everybody can do and everybody understands and is used to it. We want to go a little bit further. We make a point light from our active angle, but we push it aside a little bit. So go from here and we point it at the sphere, so the light will hit the sphere. That's what we want to have from the side. A little bit like this. And go back to perspective view. So we can raise the camera a little bit. Something like this. Doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to show how the light works in DAZ Studio. So this light is, you can find on the light tab in DAZ Studio on the right, and we give it a color so we can see how it affects our scene. So here you can see a little slight light red over the angle, so it's a little bit better. And let's raise this to 1000. So what we'll do now is to lower the intensity of the environment so we can see it better. Here's our red light from the spotlight. What we do next is a mesh light, create new primitive. I use a plane in this for this case, and chapter here. Here we go. Plane. Rotate it because no, not too much. We want to have it from the other side. So rotate it. That axis, the axis, and raise the plane. Make it a little bit smaller. So perspective view. Plane should go a bit more to the left. And should affect, should affect our sphere. So we now have this plane on the left side. We will make this massive. So this emission color can be something green, and should be a little brighter, not that much, still too much, something like this. So what we have now is 3 lights, one mesh light from the left, one spotlight from the right, and the sun from the scene in front of us. The brightest light at the moment is the sun, so we have the shadow on this side. Another thing is that the shadows from the mesh light and the photometric light on the other side, from the spotlight, will mostly only occur if you have an object below the surface, below the sphere. We will add this immediately. Something easy. The studio. Something like this. What we can see now is that the red light is the brightest light because we have a wall here now, and so we turn the studio around about 90 degrees. So still the red light is the brightest light because we lowered this volume. So now the environment light is the brightest light of the scene and casts a shadow on the backside of the sphere, as you can see. So as always, like in nature, the brightest light will cast the shadows on the other surfaces. So in this case, the sun from the environment map here will cast the shadow here. If we lower it, the red light is the brightest light. On the right side, you can see the shadow here. Yeah. And if we raise green light, you will see the shadow on the right side. It is red because the red light tints the shadow on this side, because the green light comes from the left, the red light comes from the right. The green light is brighter than the red light, so it casts the shadows, and the shadow will be red because of the red light on this side. Yeah. Okay. What is next? We make the sphere reflector. I go to the shader presets, IRAY, and let's see something reflective. So what we have now is a reflection of the plane here on this side. We can, of course, take it off, but then the light is away too. So that's not what we want to do. So we want to keep the light, but we don't want to have the plane this much affecting the surface of the sphere. So we go to the surface tab of the plane and cut out and lower the cutout opacity to something close to 0, something like this. Because the light will be still there, but the shadow, the reflection on the sphere is almost gone now. If you want to have it completely gone, you could scale it, and then it will affect the whole, like this, and then it will affect the whole sphere, and you won't see it. You can see the reflection of our studio, this one here, the right wall, the left wall, and the back wall, and this is affecting from the spotlight. If you turn the spotlight off, it's gone. So this is now only the light from the front and the light from the left. What we have at the moment is the dome and scene environment mode. If we use dome only, and so like this, we have the red light from the left, the green light, we have red from the right and the green from the left. And in dome and scene mode, now we switch to dome only, and the red light is gone because the spotlight is in the light tab. It's a light from the light tab. If we use dome only, all lights you can find in the light tab will not be rendered, even if they are on. Doesn't matter. The mesh light, the plane, will still be there even also in dome only mode. So the dome only mode, the mesh light will be constantly visible. If we use scene only, then we have only the green light at the moment and the spotlight without the environment light. If we use dome only, we have the green light. Yeah, that's really important. We have the green light because it's a mesh light, and we have the environment mode. So if we want to have all three lights, in most cases it's true, we need the dome and scene to have all the lights. But the difference you can see already. The spotlight will be gone in dome only mode. The mesh light, the plane, will be every time will be there every time. Sorry, English is not my native language, but I try my best. I'm sorry about it. I apologize, and I hope you can understand what I say, and maybe it's helpful for you somehow. So with the knowledge of making a plane invisible, like this, here's the plane, it's a green light, it's a mesh light now, and affecting the scene in dome only or dome and scene mode, we can achieve nice effects, what we call the ghost light. If you want to light up a scene, an environment scene with interior or indoor scene, it's hard to have perfect light from the outside. So I will delete this, and we will start from scratch, trying to make a good looking scene in DAZ Studio. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask, and if you cannot follow, just say it, because I can repeat everything again, it's no problem. And on the right side we have the live chat, you can use it anytime. That's also, you're welcome to do so. And Let's start with an environment, the modern living room. Let me see it. Here's so let's go somewhere to where the three windows are. That's here. Turn around that we can see the three windows. Also, over a little bit. Okay. So as you can see, it tries to render in real time because I have a good computer. So what we have here is some bright light from the outside affecting the room. Yeah, here it is, affecting the room. And we can try to make it a little bit brighter by shading it somehow. So somewhere where the brightest light of the environment map is on the side of the windows. Seems to be the case. Somewhere here, we'll reset this to 1. So, let's see. This is bright. This is much brighter. So there's a light coming from the environment only, but it's a little bit dark somehow, and we want to lit up the room better. At the beginning, to wait a second, I place a sphere to the ground that you can see the effects a little better. So, where's my sphere? Search it. Here it is. So let's get back a little bit. So the sphere a little bit, something like this. Let's get back to IRAY. It's just for testing purposes, so don't mind how it looks at the moment. We will have better and better results the deeper we get into it. So let's wait for the scene at the moment. So now you can see the light comes from the windows and it lights up the objects that are inside the room. But it's not what we want to have. So this is nice, but it could be better. We could raise the intensity of the light outside, but it will somehow make it ugly, make the outside really ugly looking. So to show what I mean, let's place a tree to the scene. The outside, a little bit down, something like this. Let's make a camera view. Don't have to change the view all the time. Something like this. And go back to NVIDIA IRAY. Like I say, if it's too fast or something too not clear, just feel free to ask, whether in the chat room here on the right side, or if you see it later on YouTube in the YouTube comments section. I would really be happy about your participation. So what I mean previous is if we raise the intensity outside to make it a little bit brighter inside, you can see the tree is looking odd and it's way too bright and the sky is way too bright. And the more we raise the light, the brighter it gets inside the room, but it's looking not good on the outside. So let's get back to one. What we need now is, like previously mentioned, we will create a new mesh light. We don't use the spotlight for it. We use mesh light for it because we can make it invisible. Like that. So back to texture shaded. Here we have. Oh, it's deleted. It's needed to make it Z positive. I'm sorry. I choose Y positive, Z positive, accept. So now here it is. It's rotated 20 degrees and move it to the window. You will see in a minute what we are doing with it. Oh, we are in the we are inside the wrong room. Sorry, on the other side. Here's our room with the 3 windows. Here we are. Sorry. Oh, right. So this is a perfect angle. So with the translation back, we have to place a ghost. It will become the ghost light slightly behind the window. Later you will see why. So when it changes the color, this is in front of the window and this is behind the window. Let's move it up. So put covering and place the scale to left and right. So a little bit more. So now it covers the window. Let's see here, something like this. So now step by step we will see changing the light inside the room when I do the settings for it. There's no setting at all, so it will look kind of odd, but in a moment you will see. So there's some 2 lights on the ceiling inside this room, so and there's no light from the outside because we literally closed the window. With making the plane immersive, and change the color. Need to turn it around. So we can do 2 things. In the immersive tab, we can turn 2-sided light on, and we have the light on the inside and on the outside. But in this case, especially for the window, we only want to have it to the inside, coming from the outside. You will see later why it's important to have it two-sided light off and rotate the plane into the right direction, the light coming from the window into the room. I did this with rotating it until it fits. So it could be the 90 degrees, so it's on the other side, the light is going outside, so you cannot see it. And if I make it two-sided light, we have the same effect here for the moment, but it's not what we want to have. You will see in a minute why. So we rotate it. So now it only comes from the outside to the inside and not from the inside to the outside. So what we do next in the Surface tab is to make it invisible with the cutout opacity setting to so barely visible. Now we have a light coming from the outside to the inside. We can indicate by the shadows here, and we can see the trees. So because we have an invisible light coming through the window. So this is much better than before. Without this, I will show you to compare. Without this, it's like this, and with it, like this. So this is a ghost light. Let's call it ghost light window. It's a light that will affect your scene, but you cannot see the light source. You can only see the light bouncing in and off from the walls and into the room. So that's much better than before, than the previous scene, with only the environment map density light. So here it is again. So we will lower it a little bit more. It's too bright for my taste. 750, something like this. This could be a normal daylight scene affecting your environment. So what I explain now why the two-sided light off should be this way. And to have it natural, it should be only bounce to the inside of the house, to the door, to the room, and not to the outside. You will see in a moment why. When we make the environment map darker, because maybe we want to have a scene in the dark, something like that, a scene in the night, maybe a little bit darker. The light still inside the room, so now it can be a light from the top or somewhere. You can see the shadows and everything here. And to make it two-sided, we will light up the tree on the other side. So there's a lot of light bouncing outside the window, and that's not true. If the tree is way further away, it doesn't have to be lighted, right? So this is why we want to turn off. So, ghost light. Why we want to turn off the two-sided light, so the tree is in the dark, and the darker it is outside, and the more light it is inside, you can see on the windows the reflections of the wall here and here. I will let it render a little bit so you can see it. you can see it better. So here's a reflection, and that's more natural. The darker it's outside and the brighter it's inside, the more reflection you can see on windows. So let's make it a little bit brighter inside. To make it, you can see how the walls are reflected in the windows. And the outside is fading fading away a little bit. So a little bit darker outside. And you can see it's more reflections on the windows. The reflection here come from the wall on the other side of the room. So this is a natural behavior. You have the mirrors on the window, the mirroring, more intensive, with more light on the inside of the room. So let's delete the sphere and fill the room with some furniture. Props. Main bedroom. Wait a second. Oh, we're inside the cupboard. So let's move out of the cupboard. Around a little bit. Something like this. So now we can darken our light source, our ghost light. We can darken it because we have nice lights here. And it corresponds with the light from the outside. Because if we make it dark outside, of course the light from the outside through the windows should be not very much, should be very low. And if you have a scene light like this and this lamp, it can do the lighting for you. So if this is not bright enough, we create another primitive, this time on the Y positive, accept it, architecture shaded. This will be our ceiling light. So here you see coming up. We scale it up. Something like this, that it fits into the gap where the bed stands from the left wall to the right wall, and we raise it to the ceiling. Go back to our camera view and render again. At the moment it will not affect the scene because that's not an emissive surface, but in a minute it will be. So we wait a second. So ceiling light here, ceiling light picked in the surface tab, and make it emissive. This can be two-sided light, that's no problem in this case because it's not a window light. Make it white and brighter. Now it's very, very bright. A little too much. A little too much. Something like this. Now, this is a ceiling light, looking good. And let's go outside. So this can be a lamp on the ceiling, lighting the room. So the ceiling light can be bright like this all the time if we want to have this result. But if we reset the outside light to 1, so we have it brighter like daytime light, we should make the ghost light brighter again. Like I mentioned before, the ghost light should correspond with the outside, with the environment. If it's a dark outside, lower the ghost light on the window. If it's very bright outside, make it brighter. If you want to have a sunset or something like this, you can change the color, of course, a little bit, so it will affect the whole scene. You can see some bluish light now bouncing around here everywhere. So you need to be careful with this. But from the top, from the ceiling light, could have a somewhat light yellow. Doesn't matter if you like the scene now or how it looks, it's just for telling you how it works. Of course you can lower the ceiling light or lower the ghost light on the window to have it less bright, and something like this. Ghost light on the window. Make it a bit orange or yellow. No, not yellow. A little warmer, a warmer light. So, if you like what you see so far, you can change the tone mapping in the render settings tab. With crush blacks and burn highlights, you can do something like more contrast. Crush blacks, you can see here, it will make the shadows deeper. Turn it off. So now you can see it's a little flat here, here, everywhere where we have the shadows. Crush the black on, and the dark areas will become a little bit darker. Same as with burn highlights. The bright areas, you can see. Look at this, and look at this. This gets immediately brighter. This will raise the brighter areas and make them brighter a little bit. A little bit less tinting, maybe a little bit less gamma. And it's too bright on the outside, so we will lower this a little bit. Something like this. This is a, what is this? A dawn. Yeah, this is a kind of a dawn with a red light from the outside. That's true. So we have red light here. We have a little bit more shadows everywhere where the shadow where the shadows are. So we can change everything. As you know, it's 3D and it's a physically based render. So we'll get correct results depending on how your settings are. And just play around with everything. The ghost lights are really helpful. If I turn the ghost light off, still too dark. Though there's light from the outside and it's kind of daytime, it's too dark inside the room. So use your ghost lights on the windows, and there you go. You have brighter light, and you have to make them invisible by changing the cutout opacity to something way close to 0. You can use 4 or 5 zeros here in between, it doesn't matter. So it's invisible is invisible, and there will be no effect if you make it 5 or 6 zeros. It will affect somehow if you only take one. You can see it's not really invisible, it's just a tenth of invisible, and it's too bright, so you can see it. If you fill 1 zero in, it gets better, but you can still see white here all around the window. So you have to try when you are satisfied with the result. So that's why I put 5 or 6 zeros in, and it's barely really, it's almost invisible, yes. So this is a night lit scene from the outside. You can see here the bed, it's lit, and the shadows are from the right side. Though we have a light from the top, the light on the windows are brighter, so that's why we can see the shadows there. And of course, yes, at least a minimum of light bouncing around, so there's really dark shadows like on the bed, real. And yeah, I hope you find it helpful. This was 30 minutes, quick and dirty, go through the lights and in IRAY and DAZ Studio. If you have any comments, feel free to do so on the YouTube channel. I will upload this video there also. And feel free to comment it whether you like it or not. Also, if you don't like it, let me know how to improve my skills in making tutorials for you. And I will really appreciate feedback, so don't hesitate. If you give a thumbs down on YouTube, just no problem, but tell me why. And I would love to improve my skills in making tutorials. This is my 4th video at all. I never done tutorials before, so this is my first time trying to teach you something. And if I try to make it good, and maybe I'm too fast, or for other people maybe I'm too slow, so let me know. Give me some feedback, and I would be glad with it. So for the moment, thank you and bye-bye, and I hope you can light your indoor scenes now much better than before. Take care.